Hi gang, welcome to today's video and my bare face, because today we are just going to play with makeup. And specifically, I'm talking about the makeup that I selected for my project pan in January. So before we get into putting this stuff on my face, if you would hit like and subscribe, I would love to have you as a part of my community. And now let's get into the products. I already did all of my skincare, including sunscreen, and I did go ahead and do my brows using a combination of the Gimme Brow Tint and the Rare Beauty Clear Brow Gel. And so we are just gonna move right into eyes, specifically prepping for eyeshadow. I am using this Ulta eyeshadow primer that I have been testing out. It has a very sort of velvety finish to it. I do want to do a test here in the coming days where I use this on one eye and a Rare Beauty eyeshadow primer on the other, because I think I like this one. And of course, it's great from a price perspective, but I'm not really sure how it really does in terms of longevity, whether or not something like the Rare Beauty eyeshadow primer is worth the extra money. So I'm going to be doing that soon. In terms of eyeshadow, today I selected the Pat McGrath palette. This is Midnight Sun, and this is what it looks like on the inside. So these are the eyeshadows we're going to be playing with. I am going to start off grabbing this one for the crease, and then I'll go into the outer corner in the crease with this darker shade. So just setting that up so I can just sort of chat with you while I'm putting this on. In case you see any movement in the background while I'm applying this, I'll just give you an update on my cat Skits. I've spoken about him before in my videos. Over the Christmas break, he did get really sick and he required surgery. So I got him home from the vet or from the surgical center. I think it was the day after Christmas. And so since then, he has been wearing a cone. He has multiple medications that he has to have every day. And then he also has to be confined, for the most part, to an enclosed area. So we bought basically a dog kennel or a dog crate to keep in one of the main sort of areas of the house, so that he could still kind of hang out during the day. And so anyway, it's just been really hard trying to take care of him. And the truth is, I guess really it's been hard to take care of me taking care of him, because I feel a tremendous amount of guilt for him being stuck in that enclosure, and for him having to wear the cone. He looks so pathetic and just so sad. He's literally like hanging his head down. And that's kind of gotten worse. I mean, obviously when we first brought him home, I guess really he wasn't feeling well. I mean, he was really recovering. He was sleeping a lot. And now I think that he actually feels better and wants to be more active. It's bothering him more that he's, having to stay in this enclosure and that he's wearing a cone. And you guys, he has been taking the cone off at night. And I'm just like, you know what? There's nothing I can do about it. Like, some things you just have to let go. I can't stay up all night monitoring him. And if he's going to try to get the cone off, I don't want to put it on so tight that he hurts himself trying to get it off. So I'm just trying to go with the flow there and not worry about it too much. Obviously he's got the cone on so that he doesn't lick the wound site or the surgical site, which I think it looks like it's healed up pretty well. So I don't know that he's really doing that much damage, but I will keep the cone on him during the day. So it's not like I'm just totally throwing up my hands. But yeah, I just had to like go, you know what? In the morning, I'll just put the comb back on. Just give yourself some grace. So yeah, so we go to the vet on Wednesday to have him checked out and to see, how he's progressing. In terms of that one, I am really hoping that they tell us that his surgical site looks really good and that he doesn't have to wear the cone and he doesn't have to stay in the enclosure. I am just ready for this little part of this to be over. But obviously I'll do whatever I have to do to, get him to the other side of this in the best shape. So he is in the background today, just sort of, yes, he's kind of resting and kind of listening to the wind. So anyway, okay, trying to take a look in some different mirrors and see how that looks. I've just kind of tried to blend these together with some depth in the outer corner. I'm not really going anywhere today. I have to go pick up a prescription, but other than that, I am going to spend, I don't know, maybe 4 hours making a bolognese from scratch. Real quick, let me grab something that I forgot to grab. Okay, so I dug out my Intensify stick from Pat McGrath Labs, and today, just before I keep chit-chatting, I am, of course, going to use this purple, which is really gorgeous, and let me just show you. That is a swatch of it there. And then towards more of the inner corner, I am going to take this shade here so that I create sort of, a gradient effect. So I'll be doing that while we chat. And then the Intensify stick, I'm putting pretty much from the inner corner to about 2/3 over. So we're everywhere where I'm going to put that shimmer. So, bolognese. Yes, about a year ago, I came across a man on Instagram with a very thick Italian accent. He has a restaurant in Florida, and he had this really cute video making a bolognese from scratch. And I thought, well, that looks really easy. Obviously it is a long process, but it wasn't hard. So it looked scrumptious and delicious when he finished it. And I thought, well, I'm going to do that. So anyway, so I started out making his recipe, and then I sort of fell down the bolognese / ragu rabbit hole, okay? And started doing more research on, how to make a great bolognese, and found out there are all of these variations with people having very, very strong opinions about things like, do you have to use a red wine or can you use a white wine? Do you use nutmeg or not? Do you use whole milk? It was just all of these things that, people were, in comment sections of different posts, having full on arguments about what constitutes a bolognese versus a ragu, and, what's authentic and what's the history of the sauce and all this sort of thing. So anyway, I don't know why I just really got into this, and, was doing tons of research about it, obviously, and trying the sauce in different ways. And I really enjoyed it. Enjoyed people having people over to enjoy this homemade meal, and I loved having extra food in the house, for the week. And then I got to the point where I was even doubling the recipe so that I had a month's worth of bolognese in the house, at the start of every month. So this is my Endless Cacao pencil from Makeup Forever. So, I was eating it every week, and I finally burnt out. It was like, I can't eat any more bolognese. And now it's been a while. And I guess just with winter coming on and, you know, looking for that comfort food, I am craving a delicious bolognese. So I got all the ingredients yesterday, and today I'm going to cook that. I am a big mise en placer. I just made that up. But if you like to cook, you watch a lot of Food Network, you know what a mise en place is. It's just, you know, all of the ingredients, you know, that you have all sort of chopped and measured and what have you. So I like to get everything ready and set out so that when I get into the cooking process, it's more relaxing and enjoyable. So prep on a bolognese, all the chopping and whatnot, that can take, I don't know, 45 minutes or longer. Depending on how you know, the state in which you buy your ingredients. And then, of course, a bolognese is supposed to cook for, I mean, bare minimum 2 hours, but more like 3. So yeah, I am gonna make that this afternoon. And my mom is coming over for dinner. This is a Beauty Pie pencil that I have that's a gel, one of their gel liners. This one's in sort of a silvery color. So I'm going to put a little bit of this on the upper lash line. So I am going to get that on the stove going, and then my mom is going to come over, and while the sauce is cooking, she and I are going to watch a movie. I think we're going to watch a horror movie. I don't know why I like to subject other people to horror films. They come over to my house and I'm like, we're watching this scary movie. I don't want to watch them alone. So I think we're going to watch that. And then my son will be getting home from his dad's. He was with his dad for the weekend. And me and my mom, my son will have dinner together. So, and then she will head off to her house. If you're wondering why I'm not mentioning my dad passed away 2 years ago this month. So that tough anniversary is coming up. January is not a great month. Okay, so I think I am pretty happy with where the eyeshadow is. So I really love this eyeshadow look, you guys. This is a go-to eyeshadow look for this palette from me. I love the way that this sort of ruddy brown plays against this purple. I don't know. I think that they, especially, I don't know, I guess mine are kind of green looking today, and maybe these colors sort of make them look more green. So anyway, I love this palette. I am gonna, real quick before I move on, I'm gonna take a little bit of this shade here, which is a little chunkier. I think technically this is one of her Blitz Astral shades, and I just put way too much on my finger. I did what you should never do, which is I went in and went, no, that's not what you need to do. I learned this from Alicia Archer. If you are not familiar with her on YouTube, check her out. She is a huge Pat McGrath fan and has a ton of content on Pat McGrath. And what she showed in one of her videos, and I started to do, unless I'm like distracted, is for these shades, you just sort of tap your finger in. You don't have to go crazy. And it puts enough, and then you just tap where you want that in the center. So I just sort of added a little bit of that to the center. And yes, underneath, I got a little bit of fallout. So I'm just tap, tap, tap. You don't have to do a lot to get the effect that you want, and hopefully you can see that. I'm going to take a little bit of Bioderma micellar water on a Q-tip and just sort of clean up under there. And because I did that, I am going to grab a little bit of eye cream just to sort of re-moisturize that area. This is a product from Beauty Pie, the triple hyaluronic acid cream for your eyes. So I'm going to tap a little bit of that in here. This also helps get up a little bit of that glitter as well. And hopefully plumps up the wrinkles because they're there. I think I haven't been drinking enough water. So, okay, I am going to do my mascara off camera and I will be right back. All right, guys, I'm back, and for mascara, I used this combo, which is a lash building primer and volume boost mascara from Beauty Pie. So that is on the top, and then on the bottom, I used my Clinique bottom lash mascara, and then I did end up tight lining along the upper lash line a little bit with this felt style eyeliner from Beauty Pie as well. So now we are going to move on to complexion. I selected for complexion as a base product. Oh wow, you guys, look at this. Sorry, these are the things we get excited about, right? When we're project panning. So I didn't realize that was that low. So yes, so I had selected this Glossier Stretch Foundation and was thinking about mixing this with another foundation, and I probably will do that in some other videos, but as I also selected the Glossier Stretch Concealer, I thought today I would just use this combo on my face just to see how those work. So gonna get this foundation going, and I typically just go boop, 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 put it all over my face like this, which I feel like looks so strange, but I'm not doing this. But yeah, sort of spread it out like this all over my face, and then I am gonna use a sponge to blend this out. Okay, and I have my One Size by Patrick Starr sponge. That is this big weird looking sponge that is great for foundation. See how this does today. This stuff spreads pretty far. I probably could have used less, but now I know that for next time. And boy, oh boy, do I look dewy. Is that dewy or shiny? I don't know. I'm gonna get a little bit more. The pump is kind of acting up on this. You see how it's stuck down? There we go. I sort of popped it back up, but that's not good. Like I said, I've had this one for a little while, so, and I did get too much, but I'm going to make sure I don't apply too much here on my forehead. And here, I don't know what happened here. I'm like, did I burn myself? Did I sleep rough? I don't know. Don't know how I got that. Putting on my war paint. Okay, that looks good. That looks so good. No. Okay, see if we can cover up these veins. It's like, hello, 50s. Which causes volume loss in your face. And then if you have veins like this, they're like peekaboo. See you. Okay, so got that on. Okay, I'm going to ask you guys for a favor. I really don't know what to think of how this looks on me. I don't know if I have foundation blindness. Does it look too light for me? You can see, like, The color of my neck is pretty light. Does it look too light? Does it look too dewy? I mean, I'm going to put powder on, but I don't know. Sometimes having other people's perspective is really helpful. So I would not mind at all having your perspective. Okay, so now I've got that concealer from Glossier. And this is what she looks like in there. Boop. Didn't mean to hit you. I'm going to tap in a little bit here. And because I haven't used this in a while, so not sure how much to use. If you don't yet have this brush from BK Beauty, what are you doing? It is the best. This is the Angie Hot and Flashy Kitten Paw brush that is perfection for concealer. And flicking away things that don't belong there. Hello. Okay, so just tapping that in. I always tap in a little bit at the inner and outer corners. This is also a great opportunity to do any final shaping of your eyeshadow to get the shape that you want. What do you guys think? I think this is a really nice concealer. And apparently I just like tapping on my face with a brush. Okay, I do have all these little fuzzies. I don't know where they're coming from. Okay. Okay. Okay, so foundation, concealer. I am gonna sort of do this number. I do believe in the power of the warmth of your hands to help a product like this really settle and look natural. Oop. Okay, so now let's see. I guess next I am going to apply a little bit from this Charlotte Tilbury palette. I believe this is called Bronze and Glow. Everything will be linked down in the description box as usual. So, okay, so this is what is inside. So a little bit of a contour product here. I'm going to be using my Nikki LaRose brush that is this dual-sided little number. And apply this under here. Tell you what, I'm going to look good making that bolognese today. Get my hair out of the way. And this product is definitely a lot more subtle than, God, I can't get my hair. It's like, let me see how much hair I can put in my face. Yeah. Oh gosh, this is just turning into a comedy of errors. I swear this is not meant to be a comedy show. Okay. I'm gonna stop now. I'm gonna stop doing that now. Okay, and let me do some blush now. So for blush, I pulled my Hourglass Butterfly palette and my favorite BK Beauty brush for blush. And definitely need to be careful here. I think I've got my lights up too high and it's making it hard for me to tell what's going on. Hold on. I don't know if that helped or not, but obviously when I'm putting on makeup like on my own, okay, yeah, wow. When I put on makeup like on my own, I don't have all these lights. And so, yeah, it's different. It's different. But I do think it's going on nicely. I mean, beautiful product, right? Regardless of I like how I just keep putting on more. Just total blush blindness. Okay, I mean, I'm going to powder, so we're going to calm this down. We're going to calm it down. Okay, I'm going to take my little Rephr fan brush here, which is a little, oh, gotcha. And, I'm going to do this in a minute. I'm going to powder first. So this is the Velvetizer powder from Beauty Pie. To be honest with you, I am not sure that they sell this product anymore, but they have a ton of great powder products. Please, God, tell me I can, like, tone down this blush. Okay, so I'm just tapping, really focusing on the center of my face. Because I'm going to use something else in some other areas. I don't want to apply more product than needed. So there's powder. Did we manage to tone down the blush a little bit? Maybe? Okay. And then now I'm going to take my little Rephr fan brush and grab, let's see. Gosh, guys, I guess I'm going to grab a little bit of this one here. Just tapping that in. Oh, hi. And I'm going to run that on my nose. A little bit on the nose and a little bit on the chin. I know I'm going off center, but that is one of the things that I learned from Katie Jane Hughes, who is a makeup artist. I use some of her brushes. I've mentioned her in multiple videos. She's full of tips and tricks. She does whole videos where she just teaches you really useful things about applying makeup. So leave that going. And then to sort of finish this off, part of the reason that I pulled this palette was for this shade here. And I'm going to take a brush and load that up and go here. And this is really a finishing powder, but it's light. So I'm hoping to add some brightness here. Okay, and I think that just leaves lipstick. For that, I pulled what is probably one of my favorite everyday lipsticks. This is by Merit, and the color, I believe, is Millennial. So I'm going to go and take these hair clips out. And it is just a really great, like, everyday pink lipstick. And so you can see the color there. And I do have a little bit of Summer Friday Lip Butter Balm down already on my lips. So if you didn't watch my Project Pan videos, the intros, I didn't pick any lipsticks for that. I'm just focused on using what I have. But I think this is an everyday great lipstick. Very soft, comfortable formula. Perfect for just the afternoon alone in your home when you're cooking. Okay, guys, so that is the makeup look. Thank you so much for being here today. This first really full face of products from my Project Pan. I will say just the experience of Project Pan so far, I am enjoying it because it really narrows down the choices that I have to make when I'm getting ready in the morning. Now, later in the month, I may be frustrated by not feeling like I can't dip into other things. Of course, I always can. But as of right now, it's really nice to not open my drawer and to be picking from like 50 to 60 eyeshadow palettes. I'm just picking between, I think, the 5 that I picked for this Project Pan segment. So I am really enjoying that so far. I hope you enjoyed getting ready with me today. I hope you are having a great weekend. It is Sunday when I am filming this, making my Sunday sauce later. And I hope you will tune in for future videos this month when I will be using some of the other palettes that I picked for the Project Pan. So take care. I'll see you next time. Bye.